What's up, guys? It is Chat here from CoC here with six Schlitzes to give you the recap on our FFarmWars event. So this is going to be, again, a dual recap. I'm going to do both the 6S versus Fulmen Morte, and I'm also going to do the CoC versus Darc Avengers. So halfway through this recap, I'm going to switch over there and do the 10 and 11 hits. So if you're interested in those, I'll do the timestamp in the description. For this, though, I believe Fulmen Morte was running a mixed roster between Fake Orgasm and Mariana's Trench, so really solid clans. I'm not sure if that's exactly the way that their roster was broken down, but that's what I've heard. So really, really fantastic clans, both sides. Glad we could pull out the 2-star victory. Now I'm going to do some honorable mentions. We've had 6-packs from Matthias, DLT, Rom, and Zed. DLT and Rom are the same person, and he is also Boone from PC, who also got a Town Hall 10 6-pack. So this fucking guy, 18 stars this in these two wars. That's rare, especially considering not many people were 6-packing in these wars. So for those of you that don't know, these wars, the FFarmWars event, this was the first special event that we ran, and there's essentially a breakdown of 0, 0, and 40. So that's 40 Town Hall 9s was the one breakdown. The other was a 10, 20, 0 breakdown. So 10 Town Hall 11s, 20 Town Hall 10s, and 0 Town Hall 9s. So special event where a bunch of clans from the community kind of came together, put together rosters, shared with other clans to put together rosters. I think we had about 15 clans spinning in each category, so tremendous response for our first event. Looking forward to doing this monthly. And so November 1st is the next FFarmWars event. If you don't know what it's about, check it out, twitter.com/FFarmWars. And we'll also have a group on GroupMe. So ask around, get involved, and it was a blast. From what we've been hearing, everybody was loving this event. So but the event was, for the Town Hall 9s, there was no bowlers. And as you can imagine, that's pretty difficult. The whole community has very much got very reliant on the bowlers. They're a big part of most of the attacks that are working well in the current meta. So that was awesome to kind of challenge people and say, no bowlers allowed in this war. You're going to have to go with some older strategies and see how people did it. I think I've heard of one perfect war. War Whales and Dark Looters joined forces for this event, and they ended up perfecting North Watchers, I believe. So kudos to them as well for doing that. Now on this, I'm going to go through. I'm going to try to hit the replays of the guys that did 6-pack, but I'm going to hit most of these 70k bases. I usually find it's better to do replays on the max weight Town Hall 9s. So this is my boy J Willie. Also YOLO over at PC. He's down dealing with the hurricane right now. So we weren't sure if he was going to get his attacks in on time or if he wasn't going to get his attacks in at all. Who knows? But clearly he made it happen and got the highest triple on the map. So he's going in here with a Valk and Hog combination. Manages that CC. It's the first part of every good Hog raid. Now I'm getting some lag here. Hopefully that goes away. Doesn't usually happen when I do videos like this. Oh, seems to be good. So got those Valks going through with that King. Sprinkling in some Hogs where needed. That giant bomb is in a bit of a strange spot. Wouldn't have expected it out there, but he handles it pretty well. Makes some bacon at the end, but at that point, everything's down. He did leave the builder's hut, so that's a bit of a time issue, but he does have enough cleanup troops that they can run around and take care of it. Nice work, man. Who do we got next? We're going to do DLT. Got a 6-pack, so we got to show his. Expos are down. He's going to get massive value there. You saw he's been doing that lately where he's doing, I think, 3 zaps, and he'll end up getting 2 ARD with that. It's just huge value. Pulls the CC as part of that as well. Get out of here, iCloud. Just a really well thought out attack. Does the hero swap before the dragon even gets there. Queen is able to take that out. Clean. Doing surgical deployment, being really patient with it. You can see a lot of those key air targeting defenses are already down as part of that initial push. He's got to deal with that Tesla farm over there, but he's got 7 loons in the bag plus a hound up, so 2 hounds up. Totally overpowers the base. Sprinkles them in as cleanup loons. Nice work, man. As always, really solid attack. I get Buckets. Buckets was actually a sponsor of one of the gift cards for the $10 giveaway to the Town Hall 9 with the most defends. So for those of you that don't know about that, if you participated in the FFarmWars event and you think that you were a Town Hall 9 that received a lot of defense and your base stood up, didn't get tripled, message me. There might be a $10 gift card in your future. Speed this up a bit, go 2 times speed. Does have to waste the ability there. Not sure if he needed it, but it's better to be precautious. Gets those rage balloons in there, just going in through and smashing. Fights against that sweeper for a while, but he's able to get in. Still got 2 hounds up, deal with that last air D. And they're going to go through and take out the last of those buildings without much difficulty. If you can get that hound to pop, that would be ideal. It might get popped with that last Tesla. And there it goes. Extra troops for cleanup. Nice hit, man. Glad you were part of this. Matthias, he's got the 6-pack, show one of his. So again, this is my prediction, guys, and I'm sure I share this with a lot of people. Once they start nerfing these other defenses, or these other troops, I've heard that the update's going to have, obviously there's implication with bowlers, they're taking away the double giant bomb, I guess, damage on the hogs by removing the 1.5 times damage. There's going to be just tons of meta changes, I think, here, and I think we're really going to see a transition to more air attacks. We've already kind of seen it in the Elite Wars. A lot of clans becoming very dependent on air at Town Hall 9. I think we're going to see this push up into the Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 levels as well. I think you're going to see a lot of air attacks, especially with the buff that's going to happen to the dregs and the baby dregs. Supercell, love them or hate them, they keep it interesting. They're changing it up every once in a while, completely changing the way that we play the game, and gotta love that. Keeps us interested. And he's gonna double swag this. What a guy. Just totally overpowered it. And there they are. Solid hit, man. Wasn't even close. There's DLT second. I'm guessing it's an air raid, so we're not going to show it again. Rom, probably another air raid. Levi usually does some direct ground. We'll see what he's up to. Yeah. 2 jump, 2 heal. See where he uses the heals, if he's going to save them for the hogs or if he uses them to keep his Vox alive in the core. Nice wide funnel. You don't really want those Valks wandering anywhere, so making sure that he gets them in. Looks like he took some CC Valks as well, so there's a lot of Valk action going on. And they do split, but they are staying in that heal. Some of them got out a bit, but that Wiz Tower is going to go down pretty quick. Lots of action in the core, gets the queen, and then he's going to be able to just sprinkle in those hogs. And they're going to work through. One arch tower's targeting the golem and the Valks in the core. Solid hit. A lot of buildings to clean out, about 20%. Luckily, he gets that split on those hogs. Nice hit, man. Ares. Ares is the one that put this whole event together with myself. His brainchild, and awesome. Thank you for bringing it to the world, putting in the effort to organize this. Super wide funnel, making sure everything, again, is going to get in there. CC Hound, so if he could even keep his queen away from that, then it just follows around the Valks for the entire raid and does nothing. So the queen does end up retargeting something else, doesn't lock onto the Hound, so that's fantastic, because it's not going to then waste the queen. It's time. She can be working on other buildings. It's also good if you can leave that Hound unpopped. It's going to pop here, obviously, because the queen locked on. And that's going to kill a few of his troops, but he's able to get those poisons down in time. Now, quite a few defenses up at this point. The queen and the king. Queen's got her special left. She's going to stay out of range just enough, just long enough. But that was looking like trouble for a second there. There's 3 or 4 point defenses up, and the queen was kind of stuck on a wall. If she hadn't been out of range when she was on that wall, it would have been trouble. Tum Tum, current leader of success. Take away your hogs. This is take away your bowlers. This is a pretty typical attack that we've been seeing this war. Nice approach. I've seen this attack 2 different ways, where you either tackle the queen early on the raid, as Tum Tum did, or you can sometimes jump across the base and get to the queen eventually. So clearly he decided to tackle her early on, and that worked out. One thing that I am seeing is that he's got Wiz for that he's using for the builder sets, and that's fine because obviously they catch up with the troops, but sometimes it's worth it if you can swap a wizard for 4 archers. Then you can basically just put the archers on the edges, and you don't have to be wasting wizards. Sometimes they're needed to make that push, and they can't be stuck out on the builder sets. So obviously just consider what's the best value you can get for each troop space and do that. But he brought it home. There's only a couple defenses left, a couple buildings he's going to clean up. Nice triple. Alright, so that's about it for the Town Hall 9 portion of this. Again, congrats to 6S. Thank you to Fulmen Morte. Awesome war. Really happy to be a part of it. And now I'm going to switch over to 6S. So I'm going to leave 6S. Sorry, I'm going to switch over to PC. Let's see here. Not PD. Where's PC on this list? You can see on my bookmarks. Oh, we're low. We're low on members right now. 28 in the clan. We'll get in here shortly. Here we go. Okay, so again, said it earlier in the recap, I believe, but we were victorious in both clans. So CoC over Darc Avengers by 4 stars. Again, thank you to DA for this war. You guys were awesome, and you were able to outperform us at Town Hall 11. You did get the one Town Hall 11 triple, and we didn't get any. So that was a bit of a struggle for us. You guys were running some really awesome bases. But we were able to get 9 10v10 triples versus year 4. So that was the difference, was the 10v10 triples. You guys struggled a bit on us, and we were able to bring home more of those. So what I'm going to do, because the Town Hall 11 triple on Hodor is pretty fantastic. Now, after the fact, after it got tripled, I posted this on some of the group meet chats that I'm in, and somebody mentioned, isn't that the base that Golden Goblins tripled? And it turns out it was. We were using a old skeleton base on a base that's been very much exposed because people couldn't believe it the first time they saw it. Well, it's happened again. 21 baby drags. I haven't watched the Golden Goblins video, so this may be a different approach, but from what I've heard, it's a very similar attack. So he's basically going to be doing some creative swaps for these external air defenses. So you can see here, Wiz is able to clean up a bunch of that. The Arch Queen's going to take out that one. The King is going to get in here and do some creative tanking for these wizards, and they're going to take out that other Air D. Queen's going to walk all the way down and take out that second Air D on her own. So at this point, we've got one air defense left. So that's some huge value, just purely hero swaps. And you can see he just spams them in. He's going to rage them at the appropriate times. Obviously, they don't have their own rage because they're all so close together. But just look at how many there's just running through there. Just incredible. Now, this strategy gets me a bit excited about the potential for the update, as I believe I saw that baby drags and drags both are getting a new level. So obviously they're going to become more popular. I think we're going to see a lot more of this spam. It's going to become the new minor spam, I think. But not as easy, right? You'll obviously... Oh, and there's how he handles that that other air D, so that's smart as well. Interesting. But yeah, obviously there's ways that you can prevent this from happening. Obviously the interior air defense makes that a lot trickier. So obviously this isn't going to work on every base, but I have a feeling you're going to stop seeing external air defenses, especially on this type of design. But gotta give it to him, man. Solid hit, way to do your research, figure out the right attack for the right base. Over here, this is where we dominated. So I'm going to show you all the 10v10. You're going to see a lot of the boner attacks, but this is an air raid, so this was awesome to see. Mixed it up a bit. Most clans have become very dependent on the boner strategy, but I think we had a couple air raids. I think Cody got one as well, so you'll see all of them. But awesome when you can see something not with the just typical meta attack. So only a couple bowlers, so very limited kill squad there. Just enough to do the job, gets the CC, gets the queen. Doesn't get an Inferno here, but you see those loons dropped, and they're going to sweep across that and take out of that Inferno very quickly anyways. And it's important it goes down fairly early before that hound pops, because the Inferno would just eat through those lava pups. Great value on the freeze there. Got the Air D and the Inferno. And that one hound is going to stay up, so dominant attack. Easy cleanup. Really solid hit, man. Especially going up to almost one of their top Town Hall 10s. This is a 90k base, so really, really solid hit. Before we get into all the recaps, I do have to say this. So you saw it at the start, Boone down here. This is, I think, actually his first war that we've let him in as a Town Hall 10. He's been a Town Hall 9.5 since I met him a couple months ago, and dropped the Infernos, I guess, about a week ago, and has been eager to get in. And what the fuck? Why haven't we been getting him in? He's the guy that 6-packs in this war. So clearly he knows what he's doing. We're looking forward to getting him into more wars. But first, we'll show some more replays. Now, this is awesome as well. For those of you that don't know or haven't been following this channel for that much, pretty much all I do is mass miner. Had I known that I could do that at Town Hall 10, I would be much better at Town Hall 10. So this was awesome to see. Most people will hate this and think that it's disgusting, but I really love the miner spam. Big part about that I loved about at Town Hall 11. So he's going to get huge freeze value here. Gets the CC, the Wiz Tower, the Inferno, skeletons. He's able to just rage and heal through that. So really great management there. Usually a triple giant bomb would just destroy your miners, but he's able to get fantastic value through that. And he's just got a ton of miners left. The only real danger here is that Wiz Tower, but they have all taken the external route and are going to melt that Town Hall fairly quick. And that's a triple. Only seen, I believe, 2 of these. I think, from what I've heard, Poetic Darkness is practicing that more than several other clans, but it works. It really does. All right, so this is a more typical attack of what you've seen. RB6 joined us as a sub. Been trying to recruit him for a while now. Buddy, you're welcome anytime you want to party with us. Glad you joined us for FFW. You got that poison down super early, so as soon as they get out of the CC, they're going to be under that poison, so that's awesome work there. Little detailed things that most people kind of won't really think about. It's more reactive, but he's able to be proactive here, and it pays off. The other thing I'm seeing a lot of people do is they're saving the second poison for skeletons, which is really smart because that kills a lot of these attacks. You saw how there's the skeletons there beside the Inferno. If you get your miners distracted by skeletons right beside the Inferno, they're just going to melt. So it's good to keep that second poison there for them. Solid work, man. Lots of miners left. This is Andrew from over at former Ninja Muffins, and he's now at 6S. Bring another air attack. So again, solid to see these hits, not sticking to your typical go boner. So he's going to do a hero swap for the CC, the Queen, and 1 air defense. So not quite as much value as some of these pushes you'll see, but still pretty good. Again, great value. Gets the Inferno and the Air D, so that's definitely a consistent success topic. All those loons, if you can't see that, they're under that heal, so they're going into this part of the raid at full health, which is really, really awesome. And he's saved 3 loons there. And if you take a look, the big issue for this attack is going to be that Wiz Tower. And so he pops them at the perfect time, distract them, so that that main group of loons can just keep on doing their business without the risk. And we're just going to clean up this. We thought there might be a time issue, but he's able to have plenty of time with all those pups open. And he cleans it up for the triple. Nice hit. Ricky coming in with a late in war attack. But he got the job done. Gets those archers down. Nice and early. Doesn't have to worry about them later in the raid. That's awesome. Plays a little dangerously with those breakers and the Wiz Tower there, but is able to figure out how to get them in. Three baby drags in the CC, so obviously they're going to pose a problem if they end up sticking to some of those troops away from the queen, but they'll go down within the poison pretty effectively. Queen still got her ability, so she's going to take out that Inferno. So both Infernos are down at this point. We're a great percentage. If you can get through those, and that Baby Drag's going to do work around that perimeter. Probably going to be able to swag a heal here. Too many miners open. Just pop the Queen's ability. Really solid hit. Here we go, getting into Boone's triples. So this is a strange design. Obviously Boone knew exactly how to tackle this. He's going to just do a two-sided funnel there and then drive the boulders right through the middle, nice and raged, and it's just going to melt those Infernos and those Wiz Towers, which are the biggest two problems for this attack. So definitely I'm not sure if this guy is part of the core Darc Avengers group. This base design definitely wasn't something that I would typically put in a ranged war, so that's why I'm kind of just wondering, maybe he's not part of their original group and he was kind of responsible for his own base design. Maybe this base design works against some clans, but Boone was pretty much able to write his own ticket to success on this one. Nice work, man. Cody, another visitor to the clan, bringing up a sexy air attack. Cody, again, told you this before, but you're welcome anytime. Hope you'll consider joining us. So it does do a pretty heavy investment in the kill squad, considering I think they get maybe one more air D. Maybe not even. Yeah, they do. So they're going to get the 2. It's still a heavy kill squad, though. Like, he probably could have got away. I don't know. I mean, he obviously knew what he was doing. He wanted to get those 2 air D, get through that core. Definitely makes it easier to judge your loon pathing, but a lot of those loons are running weak on health, so definitely a risky attack. But he's got tons of loons up for cleanup as long as they don't run into any of those air mines. He is good. Sexy triple. Hope you enjoyed yourself here, man. RW, and then we've got one more from Boone. So I'm going to blast through these 4 times speed. So I believe this was actually Farron that did this attack, one of the co-leads at PC. Town Hall 11 attacker, so I don't think he's even got it at Town Hall 10, but the one guy ran into real life issues, wasn't able to do his attack, so he was, Farron was able to do this one. And I have a feeling he's going to want to be buying his own Town Hall 10 or something now. Get your first taste of a triple, it feels good. Really solid hit. Tons of miners left. And we'll end her off with Boone. Typical composition, the 3 heal for the miner, the rage and jump for the kill squad. So a lot of golems in the CC, which is a bit atypical for a lower weight Town Hall 10. We'd see more of the Baby Dragon those, and you're doing golems more in the 89 and more so than 90. But he's able to execute on that, take advantage, and does lose a couple miners there, but the big group is what he wants to be. Healed right there, perfect spell placement. And it is over. Solid hit, man. Alright guys, that is all. Again, thanks to the 2 clans that we were against today, Darc Avengers and who was the other one? Fulmen Morte. Really thank you to those guys. Thank you to the Fuck Farm Wars organizers, myself included. But I do want to give a thanks to Aries for putting on this whole thing and definitely managing it. And awesome work to our guys at PowerCock and 6S. Represented the family nicely tonight. Got a 4-star victory over Darc Avengers and a 2-star victory over Fulmen Morte. So till next time, guys, looking forward to seeing you guys in the AW scene as well as the Fuck Farm Wars on November 1st. Later, guys.